Yes, thank you very much. We've just been having very interesting conversation here. That tells you that this is going to be quite exciting. We're looking at the players in the Ekiti election. The Ekiti governorship election is less than 2 months away. It's towards the end of June. All the governorship candidates are getting ready. Last week, Wednesday, the governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Pt.1, called the former governor of Ekiti State, Pt.1, to public debate on April 23rd in Ekiti. Pt.1 is of the APC, Pt.1 is of the PDP. He's the flag bearer. A number of issues were raised in the area of education and so on and so forth, and what the former governor did and what this governor is doing. All kind of issues are happening. And Ekiti State is a place where people really get very passionate about what they want. And all of this we expect would happen right here as we're about to welcome, starting from my left-hand side here, Mr. Femi Jojojo, who's the chairman, House of Assembly Service Commission, Ekiti State. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, thank you.
And then on the right-hand side, I will start with Honorable Oladapo Karanwe, who's Special Advisor, Legislative and Allied Matters to the Ekiti State Governor. Great to have you here again.
I'm happy to be here again.
Good. And just sitting beside him is Mr. Kole Ajayi, who's the governorship candidate of Accord, and he has told me the party is not an Accord party, it is Accord, and it is the first on the ballot paper.
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, great to have you here. I'm told that we're expecting the deputy governorship candidate, Labour Party of Ekiti State, and that's Bolanle Bruce, we're expecting will join us soon. All right, let me start from the one that is first on the ballot paper, the Accord, and that's that will be you, Mr. Ajayi. Now, the election is just about happening in a few weeks from now. To give it 2 months is to give it too long a time. It's a few weeks from now. What's your thought in terms of what is happening in the state? Are people being properly briefed? Are they being informed? Are they getting the right dosage of what will be the agenda of the different political parties? Or is it more of mudslinging and volatile campaigning? What's your thought about what's happening in Ekiti State now?
Let me first of all start from the part of awareness by INEC. INEC is doing a good job. INEC and other organizers of the elections, the Commissioner of Police, the Director SSS, and INEC, they've been holding regular meetings with all the political parties. Just day before yesterday, all of us who were in a meeting with them, and then they briefed us on the steps taken so far, even on the issue of voters registration, the number of voters that are eligible to vote on that day, the security strategies put in place, and of course, more importantly, their fears on the violence, the recurring violence that is being recorded amongst the three parties that are fighting, and definitely not Accord.
Accord is not one of them.
Yes, Accord is not one of them. We believe that Ekiti should be in one accord, so we are for peace. We believe it's not supposed to be a do or die affair. And when you trace it deeply, you will note that all these three parties are known to be peaceful parties. But the problem we have, if you trace it historically, you will realize that it's an ego problem. It's a personality problem amongst the three candidates of APC, PDP, and Labour. So they are all on ego trip. So it's a matter of, you have betrayed me once, I want to hit back at you. So everybody is on a vengeance mission.
Okay.
So that is the problem we're having.
Move on to Honorable Karanwe. Have you witnessed any level of volatility of violence in recent time?
You mean our party?
No.
In Ekiti. Of course, there has been a lot of shootings here and there. I think APC leader was attacked in Igbe. Labour convoy was attacked. You see, all these accusations and counter accusations, but all these are being is recurring problem amongst the three parties, Labour, PDP, and APC. And I want to say it again: if you change the candidates of those parties today, Ekiti will have peace. That is the problem.
So if all three were to go away and you were allowed to contest?
No. If they replace them, yes.
If they replace those candidates,
yes, Ekiti will have peace.
Are you sure about
Yes. They are on, you see, it's a personal problem, and all of them know this. Some time ago, during the Iran elections, Fauci worked for Fahmy, and I think Fauci claimed that they will give him senatorial in return. So when he got to senatorial stage, according to him, he felt betrayed. So between him and Fahmy, there's a personal problem. Then on the part of Bamidele felt, according to him, that he introduced Fahmy to Tinubu, and after Bamidele wanted to be senator, he claimed that he won the primaries, and that Fahmy prevented him from being the senator. So he was eventually given the rep. So he too wants to fight back, that Fahmy had betrayed him at one time or the other. So you can trace the history. That is all on ego trip. It's all on vengeance mission.
Okay, let me
This is the way I look at it.
In terms of the volatility of Ekiti State and some amount of violence, thank God it's not being in the headlines consistently this time around, but there's still something that is an undercurrent that is happening. If we're to go by the analysis of Mr. Ajayi here, do you think it is all ego trip and the relationship gone sour between the three key candidates?
Well, we are before Nigerians, and the Ekiti people are watching. We have to give them direction as to why we are here and the issue at stake, so that people who are not from Ekiti will appreciate the situation in Ekiti as of now. The context is all about issues. It has nothing to do with persons, because we have various political parties fielding different candidates for this election. But basically, from the preponderance of opinion and what people are reading outside of Ekiti State, it appears we are having a three-horse race in Ekiti. The AC of Dr. Kayode Fayemi, the PDP of former Governor Fauci, and the Labour Party of Michael Opeyemi Bamidele. Yes, we have 80 political parties according to INEC, of which my friend is a governorship candidate of a court party, but the truth must be told. The other parties were just there to make names. But let us restrict our discussion here to the three that people have been reading outside. And if you watch my friend, he was particular about the three.
No, they are known for violence.
You have been given time, please. If you are known for violence, I make my point, you reserve your comment.
You are known for violence.
You reserve your comment.
I won't sit here in the presence of your word and you undermine me.
I'm sorry, you will get a chance to respond, but you will let him finish his statement. I want us to have a ground rule that nobody will be disturbed from the free flow of expression. So you let him express himself. If you have a response, then I'll give you a chance to respond. Please go ahead.
I'm very grateful. The point I'm making strictly is that, one, it's all about Ekiti, this election. Ekiti State was created 18 years ago. And out of the 18 years, the military had the opportunity of ruling us for 3 years. The remaining 15 years had been governed by the civilian political parties. And of the 15 years, the Labour Party of the three that I said were making some noise presently in the Ekiti State, the Labour Party has no record of winning any election, even before now. The Benga Luko that first tried it in 2007, it scored less than 35,000 votes, And Governor Faro said that tried it in 2011. He was rooted in all the wards in the senatorial district. He was not even able to produce the honorable member that represented his constituency. So the Labour Party are not going to belabor on the Labour Party because history has taught us that they don't have record of winning election. Now, strictly, for that 15 years, 2 political parties has managed the affairs of Ekiti State. And by accident of history, anyway, 7.5 years, the PDP dominated the Ekiti affair. 7.5 years too, those of us from the social democratic angle, we rule Ekiti State. The first 4 years, yes, the APC. The first 4 years, we had Otumba Niyi Adebayo, who was governor of Ekiti State between 2003 and between 1999 and 2003. He spent 4 years. And from the same party now, we have Governor Kayode Fayemi, who has spent barely 3.5 years. So the 7.5 years of our government, the issue before Ekiti State now is that they are comparing our 7.5 years of the Progressive Party and the 7.5 years of the PDP in Ekiti State. And it interests Ekiti that the issue is that why is it during the 7.5 years of the PDP in Ekiti State that they succeeded in producing 7 governors, the history that has never happened anywhere in the world. The 7 governors, they have Governor Fayose, they have Tope Ademiluyi, they have Tunji Adeyemi, they have Adetunji Oluni, they have Engineer Segun Oniwan, they have Tunji Adeyemi, and they have Segun Onitu. 7 governors, 7 years. And of all these governors, some of them are gentlemen, some of them are good. But one particular governor, the candidate of PDP now, who was there between 2003 and before he was impeached, he succeeded in having 3 deputy governors within 3 years. Deputy Governor Aluko, Deputy Governor Mayeni, and Deputy Governor Olujimi. 3 speakers, Ajibolamu, Aderemi, and Tope Ademiluyi. 3 chief judges, Omoleye, Bamisile, and Aladejana. It's now simplified: 1 year, 1 governor, 1 year, 1 speaker, 1 year, 1 deputy governor, 1 year, 1 judges. So that was the summary of the 7.5 years. I need not say much, not to talk of the violence, 1 week, 1 trouble that characterized the entire. So definitely, but our regime, the 7.5 years of our party has recorded tremendous and remarkable peace in Ekiti. 4 years of Otumba Niyi Adebayo today still go down in history. Ekiti State was ranked as the best and the most peaceful state then. Now 3.5 years of Dr. Kayode Fayemi in Nigeria today, Ekiti State still remains, despite the fact that ordinarily the thermometer, the political barometer is expected to go up now that we are getting closer to election. Yes. But yet today, Ekiti State still remains on the relative term the most peaceful state. So it is about issue. It has nothing to do with person. So we have before Ekiti State today 2 different ideological orientation that Ekiti State will have to choose for. This election is about Ekiti State. Are they going to choose between the 7.5 years of the progressive leadership in Ekiti State, or are they going to go back to the land of Pharaoh, the